You know, if you're an empty nester, you know the changes and the challenges that this can bring to your marriage. Hey, this is Joseph from The Healthy Marriage. You know, as parents, we spend the bulk of our time raising kids. You know, they often become the center of our decision making, our activities, especially when they're very young. But once they leave the nest, things change. You know, you have to relearn how to connect with your spouse in many occasions. Well, in this short video, I'm going to give you 25 things that you can do to re-engage with life and your spouse when you're an empty nester. Yeah, I put these 25 things together in 5 different categories. Now, this is not meant to be a detailed overview of everything that you can do, but it's my intention to simply give you some seeds that you can plant in your relationship to watch it grow. And I really do believe that if you plant these into your marriage, you will see fruit come from that in your life. So now with that in mind, let's look at 25 activities for empty nesters. The first category is travel and adventure. My wife and I love to travel. We love outdoor things. And so here's a couple of things you can do. Some road trips. You can explore different states or scenic routes. And I'll just kind of add this. This past October, we took a week off and we drove from Tennessee on the Blue Ridge, went to Asheville, North Carolina, hit the Blue Ridge Parkway and went all the way up to almost Virginia. Just spent a week in motels and stayed a couple of nice Airbnb kind of things and just really enjoyed seeing the change of the leaves, and it was a beautiful scenic route. So that helped us kind of connect. You can also take cruises and enjoy a relaxing vacation on the sea, international travel, camping. Now, a lot of people aren't into camping. My wife and I love to hike, and that's another thing that you can do. Discover trails that are near you. We have some beautiful trails in Middle Tennessee and in East Tennessee, and when we lived in Colorado, that was something we really enjoyed to do. So travel and adventure is one category. The next thing you can do is learning and personal growth. You can take cooking classes, dance lessons. We have in our area, there's in a real small town, it's kind of funny, but in this small town called Liberty, they have a dance hall, and on Saturday nights, couples get together and it's family friendly and they dance, and it's wonderful. They have lessons and things like that. So it's a wonderful thing to do that you can enjoy that together. Learn a new language, art classes. My wife and I have done that. Book clubs. So these are things that you can do to kind of stretch yourself and learn and to grow. I believe it's very important to continue to grow as a couple. Physical fitness and sports is the third category. Yoga, Pilates classes, golfing, cycling, swimming, tennis. I mean, this list could literally go on and on and on. There are things you can do, hobbies and sport activities, physical fitness you can do to connect with your spouse. My wife and I love to fish. That's not on my list, but it's certainly something that we enjoy. We have a pontoon boat. We live just a few minutes from the lake, and so we spend a lot of weekdays and sometimes weekends on the lake. So physical fitness and sports. Another area is social and community engagement. Man, this is where you can volunteer to do things in your community. Man, there's nothing like coming together and working together for the betterment of others, church activities and things like that, where you volunteer and you can become close as a couple. Concerts and theater events. Now, join clubs. There's all kind of clubs in your area. Hosting dinner parties. We have we call it our dinner club. There's 3 other couples we get with on a regular basis, and we swap houses or meet at different houses each month and just have a dinner together. Gardening clubs. There's so many different ways, but just broaden your mind and begin to think of how you can engage in your community together as a couple. Home and hobbies. Home renovation projects. You can tackle those long-awaited home improvement things. Gardening. My wife and I just this year will expand our garden. Photography. crafting, collecting things. There's all kind of things you can collect. Antiques. My wife and I also love to, just kind of as a side hobby, we like to take furniture and refurbish it and redo it. And then sometimes we keep it, sometimes we sell it. But there's many things like that, home and hobbies, things you can do. So these are just a few of the activities that you can start to do that will point you in the direction of rediscovering your marriage and making the empty nest a positive experience. So try some of these. I'd love to hear your input and some of the things you do to keep your marriage fresh and positive now that the kids are gone.